What is up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Piles Customs Garage. Today's episode, we are going to be addressing a small minor issue on the Foxbody. Doesn't really bother me, but it bothers my dad a lot. So we're going to kind of address it and see how we can fix it. The issue is, you see the tire, the rear tire sticks out a little too far. And we think that's because it has, we know it has SVO brakes in the rear. Well, SVO brakes push the rear tires out about an inch and a quarter. So we may try to see, we got to kind of see what axle shafts are in there first. We got to see what, because we bought this car and the guy had done some stuff to it. So we don't really know what he did to the rear end. But we do know it does have SVO brakes because he told us that, and in the listing it said that. But we're going to verify it has that because you know how those Facebook people can be. Then we want to see what axle shafts he has and see if we can maybe get the SN95 kit to kind of bring the rear tires in a little more so it doesn't have that kind of weird stance. But first, we need to get that in here. All right, here's the little issue we're in. Okay, not really issue. We solved it. So as you can see, there's kind of a gap. Not really kind of. Is a gap from the axle shaft. There's a huge gap in between here, basically. All right. So we took some pictures. We asked, and they say the SN95 axle is about 3/4 of an inch longer than a Foxbody axle shaft. So which gives it overall about 1.5 inches wider. So theoretically, these are SVO brakes on SN95 axle shafts. What we need is Fox linked axle shafts with SN95 brakes, because SN95 brakes, or they say SN95 brakes, the bracket the LMR sells pushes everything back a little bit, which makes sense because the axle shaft, Foxbody axle shaft, comes in a little bit instead of out wide. That may not make any sense, but that's kind of where we're at right now. I do have a set of axle shafts for 8.8 in the shop, or in the garage over there. They're 31 spline, and I got them through a Facebook deal or whatnot. I measured the length. From what I'm seeing, they may be S95 length. I don't really know. Some people say one measurement, some people say the other measurement per axle shaft. So I don't really know. The only way I'm going to figure out if those are shorter or longer, or shorter or the same length, is we're going to take this one out, put it up to that one. Then if that one's shorter, then we'll throw it in and kind of see where we're at. It's going to be a whole mess of trying to trial and error. So hopefully we can get it down. Alrighty, guys. Got the diff cover off for like the 1000th time this month.
Yeah.
What it seems like. Dad literally just put a new cover on it and new fluid not even a week ago. So, but we have to take the cover off because it has the C-clips. That's how the axles are held in on like a 9-inch where there's bolts on the flange. So, got the cover off, all the fluid's drained. But to take the brake off, the brake assembly off, you got to remove the dust shield first. That's what we're doing. There's two 10 millimeter bolts in the back. Then that comes off, then you get access to the caliper bolts. All right, so we got the little e-brake bolt out right here, that little guy, to hold this piece in there. To take this e-brake caliper off, or parking brake, whatever you want to call it, these two torque bolts right there. Gonna take this bracket off. Then these little Allen bolts that hold the caliper or into the caliper bracket are walled out. So we're just going to take the two bolts off the whole caliper bracket, whole assembly, and just yank it off. In theory, it should come off. Yeah, we've been down over here because we have lifts. Why should we move the lift up?
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
Huh?
Whose idea was this?
Yours? This is more awkward. Actually, this is more awkward than laying down.
I know. You gonna show us any cracks in today's video?
No.
man.
William versus Red Loctite.
Bro, why didn't you just tell me just to grab the breaker bar?
Yeah, let's just use the cheater bar.
Okay, so I kind of goofed and rounded that bolt off. So we took the caliper off and the rotor, everything. Now we gotta take the pin out of the rear end, which I'll show you in a second. And his little bolt, 8mm, he said. And push the axle in a little bit to get the C-clip out. As you can see, there's a bolt right there on the side. You gotta take that out. Then that pin in the middle, you gotta kind of take out the magnet. Let me get the magnet. There you go. Don't lose that.
Yeah, I'm not.
That pin in the middle right there, the center piece, you gotta take out with the magnet. So he says.
Rotate it a little bit. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, he's right.
Can you see the C-clip?
Yeah. Rotate it back. Yep, hang on.
Stop, go back up.
Yeah.
Where's the other way?
Let's see. See the slide. Yeah, rotate it the other way.
Axle shaft is out, counted 28 spline. So we'll be ordering new axle shafts and new brakes, basically. New bracket, new rotor, new pads, new caliper. We're gonna upgrade to the COBRA brakes, so the SVO. So I'm sure shortly after we do all this, a COBRA master cylinder will be installed. But heck yeah, we'll finish that side and this tomorrow. Yeah, dude. This is what the YouTubes need to see, man. This is trial and error if tools work.
Yeah.
All right, so we already got this lip seal out. Now we're gonna use a slide hammer. Dude, that does not look threaded in. It is straight.
Well, we're using the wrong tool the right way. The right tool the wrong way.
Wow, you just shot bearing at me.
Sorry?
Were your safety glasses on?
No.
Safety squints, brother.
Yeah. Well,
You just destroyed that roller bearing, but
hey, we'll just
restored.
use it. We're gonna forget we did that.
Oh man,
Just install it back. Just put the axle back in.
it's okay. They don't need to come out in one piece anyway. All right, I have no idea how this is gonna work. All right. I'm probably gonna hit myself. Oh man. Need this tight again. Oh, that's just wonderful. He just ripped that seal. Great. Got the plate on, seal in, as well as the new bearing. Just drove it in with this whopper. We already got this side out before I filmed that side, so you're going to see that side, and I can never get that side out. So we're just going to try to finish this side first, then we'll go back to that side. We just got to take a break from it for now. Axle shaft is in, as well as the C-clip. Now to put the rotor. It's over there. And the new calipers, I guess. All right, so we finally got this side all mocked up, basically, in its permanent position. Just gotta mess with this e-brake cable a little bit, but calipers on, rotors on. We're gonna put up the wheel and tire and see what it looks like. See if it went in a little bit. Hopefully it did. All right, we took the quadra shock off. You'll see why in a second, because we have a whole new other set of problems. It hits the exhaust, which I'll throw a picture up before. I don't know if you'll see in the picture, but there was a good probably 4 inches from the tire and the exhaust. So it went in quite a bit. Let me move the exhaust.
You know what we can do?
Yo.
We can do some Bernies and just self-clearance this.
The tire? I say just take a hammer to it, to be honest. Because I'm not even holding it.
Oh, it's barely touching?
Yeah, it's barely.
Okay. We'll take a hammer. What we'll do is heat this right up here.
Yeah.
His hanger, and we'll push it in.
Well, I just want to make sure it's not like... It doesn't look like it's bowing in. I mean, these are actually bowed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it looks... Yeah, it is bowed in just a little bit. Just a hair. All right, so we actually have these spacers from AOD Honda when we got the front wheels, because the front wheels were way tucked in, but it was not enough. So we actually have running a 1-inch spacer in the front. So
no, it's not. It's a 1/4 inch.
That's 1 inch, dude. The spacer up front's definitely 1 inch.
I thought they were the same size spacers.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna put those spacers right there on the back and see if I poke it out a little bit, because we do have some wiggle room, because the rear end, those tires look like they're actually in just a little more than the front. So we're hoping if we add those on the rear, it'll push it out just a hair and clearance the exhaust. So as long as it doesn't touch, we don't really care. Okay, the spacer didn't work, so we're gonna heat up the tailpipe and try to beat it a little bit right next to the fuel tank. Safety. Hey, do you have your safety glasses on? Just in case it catches fire. All right. Dude. Nice.
Custom exhaust work by Pyle's Customs Garage.
Oh, dude, we are professional. Oh, man, that tuck's so much better. I just hope it's not. The front looks like it's out a little more. I won't be able, you really won't be able to find out until one of us drives behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this side is basically done. We flipped the quad shock. This guy still wants to run a quad shock.
Yep.
Lame, if you ask me. Right now, we are waiting for a brake line because we forgot to get those. These are a little short, so we order SN95 ones. That should be coming in at 4 today at the local O'Reilly's. Then we got to get a completely new e-brake system, but we're just basically just going to zip tie the cable to somewhere around here. We'll do that. That's the last thing we'll do. Why, you may ask? Are we zip tying it and not waiting? Because the e-brake didn't really work anyway, and we never really used it. Plus, the car's already inspected, so we have a while before the car needs inspection again. So I'm going to work on this side to get the seals and bearing in, axle shaft in. That way we can seal up the cover, get the side completely done. Then we can flip the quad shock and all that. Then just wait for the part to come in, put it on, then we should be good to go. All right, we're doing that all over again because this guy forgot to put this plate on. Oh, what a guy. All right, this side is complete. Looking pretty good. Those red calipers are shining. Oh yeah, now we're gonna put a wheel tire on this side and see if it hits exhaust. You see how I'm talking about this bend right here? It's completely different than that side, so. This side's bowed in a little bit compared to that one. Those are the old caliper pins.
I probably should have.
Don't say it on YouTube. Don't say anything.
Yeah, no.
Don't say anything.
I think it's gonna be.
Quad shock does hit on this side. I don't really remember it hitting on that side, but we also, that was before. We already had it off for some reason, but we're just gonna delete the quad shocks. Are both lights going out at the same time? Oh well. Hobo freight for you. Quad shock delete. Then wait for brake lines. Then seal up the cover, the diff cover again, hopefully for the last time for a while. Then put fluid in. Then we should be golden, man. Exhaust is not hit on that side, which is good. But you can kind of see, look at that pipe. Look at this pipe. This pipe is actually in a little bit, but I don't know. That may bother me. All right, fellers, back in business. Got some new brake lines. To take these off, it's a
T45.
Is it T45?
No, T40.
Or T40. The T40 bolt right there. Then you just gotta thread this brake line off and make a mess with the brake fluid. Then put the new one on. All right, so of course we're in another poopy situation. There's 3/8 on the old one. It's 7/16 on the new one. So we have this box full of brake line components and random stuff, and we found a adapter that fits in right there. Let me throw this in. Like so. Then we can fit a 3/8 line in there. So we're probably gonna have to cut back the brake line a little bit, then flare it or reflare it. So we have a kit to do that. So, but the thing is, we only have one of these adapters. So we gotta get another adapter, then cut some brake line. All right, so basically took both brake lines off, and we were gonna try to, like I said in the previous clips, try to fix it, or rebend it. We still might. I don't even know at this point. Right now, we just have the lines out that connect to this little block right. Focus, please. Focus, maybe. Anyway, there's a block right there that both lines go into, right above the axle diff cover. So we got both lines out, and we're gonna try to make our own with our own bins. So that's where we're at now. We are reflaring the old lines. This line is too small, so we gotta work with what we have with the old lines. Took both of them off though, but looks like a pretty good double flare to me. Call you Ric Flair. Brake lines are back in. We adapted the old ones. I know, look how pretty that is. Doesn't just look mint. So yeah, we gotta cut this bracket off because my dad sold the old SVO brakes and he shipped them, but he forgot to ship them the e-brake bracket. So we're gonna have to get a whole new e-brake for SN95. So, or e-brake cable, e-brake parking brake, whatever you want to call it. So for now, we're just gonna zip tie it somewhere. I think I've already said that. I can't really remember. If I did, I'm sorry. If I didn't, well, I'm telling you now that we're gonna just zip tie this somewhere because the parking brake didn't even work in the first place, or it barely worked. So that's not really a big concern. Our main priority is to get this sucker out today. So sway bar's on, fluid is in, e-brake is zip tied.
Installed.
Yeah, installed. Now I just gotta bleed the brakes a little bit. See what air comes out. Hopefully this doesn't hit anymore. Hey, Dad, we may have to push his e-brake in a little bit. I don't know if the tires
Okay.
still gonna hit, but oh, looky there! Wow, I kind of missed the wide look now.
Nope, not me. That's the way it should have looked all week long.
Oh, dude, that's insane.
Perfect. Changes the look of the car completely.
That is insane. Much. Wow. Just wow. Looks way better. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. They look way better tucked. Oh my goodness. Now the front actually matched the rear. 9-day difference. That's gonna wrap it up today, guys, on the Foxbody. Man, this has been a kind of a process. I'm just glad that everything works. We got the brake line issue situated and whatnot. We just did a couple burnouts. I'll throw some clips up real quick. Stance is right. Stops a little better too. The SVO brakes felt like it was dragging a little bit. Still, like I said, need to break these pads in. Need to break the entire rear brakes in, but stops way better. Looks way better. The red calipers front and rear looks awesome. The stance, awesome. Those axle shafts are just a little beefier too, so that's a nice peace of mind. Diff cover doesn't leak anymore. I mean, overall, it's just everything's going good so far. Keyword, so far. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about in the comments below. If you like the channel, make sure to tell your friends about it. We are growing, and I cannot appreciate it enough. Just surpassed 1,500 subscribers. Let's try to get to 2,000. So thank you for watching today's video. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.